We are off with another episode of Booze Your Daddy, the podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Alan Snyder, here with my boy. When asked to pay retail, he gives a big old hawk jua to save on that thing. It's Zach Elias. What's up, buddy?
Well done. Yes, I don't enjoy paying retail. Hawk jua. I don't know.
Booze Your Daddy, the podcast. Tuesdays we do it live. Saturdays we post it later. Got a whole gaggle of episodes. If this is your first, if this is your last, if this is your only, we love having you, and we want you to give us a good rating. And
if it's your last, though, die tomorrow. Don't go to a different podcast.
Oh my God, that might have sunk a submarine before we get there, Zachy. That was really good.
You killed someone else. Two kills.
Just remember, people, when you're out there and you're seeing two people arguing over something, dare I say debating, stop them. Unite them. Tell them, hey, guys, I got a great podcast for you that you're both going to maybe enjoy, because we like when people love us, but we love when people hate us.
I bet you if we tweeted him enough times or Truth Social him, Trump could drop our name in this thing tonight. What else is he going to do? That'll be incredible.
What else is he going to do?
Bush Daddy. It would be great.
That was the first time you've ever done a Trump. It wasn't horrible.
Wasn't good. I'm not as good as James Austin Johnson.
Oh, yeah, that's your go-to? Okay.
He's good. No, the most fun one was Alec Baldwin, I think. Anyway, I like when he goes on stage and his little fingers. It always gets me.
Got a great episode planned for tonight, but before we do, Zach, why don't you tell everybody what you are drinking?
I get used to seeing these for a while because I underdrank last night. 3 of the 4 people watching the Jet game underperformed, and that's without the Jets. So we invited Eric, your boy, and his lovely wife, Beth, over. We had 2 6-packs of Sam Adams and 1 Blue Moon 6-pack. There are Sam Adams for days. Beth did her job. But he's not drinking. Apparently, he brought blueberry pomegranate bubbly, which I was prepared to drink on this fine program until I realized they're not alcoholic. It's just purple seltzer.
There's a way. You know, everything in this world can be non-alcoholic, can be turned to alcoholic.
This isn't Capri Sun. A little dignity here. So anyway, I've got Sam Adams for days because we've got thousands of them.
You can find beer other than what they deliver from your push cart thing online.
Yeah, I can also find beer other than what I deliver from my wife. She bought these, so yeah. But it was like counting the bottles was like Fun Bobby on Friends. She goes, "How many did you have last night?" And then we're realizing that we got lapped.
I've experienced the lapper myself. Do you know, in a room filled with all the lagers, Sam Adams may be my number 1,000,000. Like, I'll take anything over Sam Adams. Not for me. There's something with it. It's somewhere in the middle of, it feels like they poured IPA, lager, and maybe a stout together and just shook them up.
Like it. Because I'm not mad enough for either of the other two. So I got to get a little stickle with like a Coors Light in the middle of it.
Well,
what is that?
From Bricks City Brewing, it is a double India Pale Ale. It is called Hopsing.
That's terrific.
Oh, I got this. That's
is terrific.
You know, I usually don't roll with 8% alcohols, but I got this for Milo's 15-month-old picture, which I'll be posting next week. I couldn't resist going balls deep with a cartoon graphic of the debate tonight. Which
one of us has the pearl necklace?
The worst. Oh, you know who's going to have a pearl necklace? I dropped this can about 4 seconds before this podcast starts. Do you see the denting in this?
I see a good dent. Well, are you going to give him a bagel for the other hand? Or like a lulav? You got to give him that and a lulav.
Release the Kraken.
Jordan lulav, I've been laughing all week. I'm sorry. It's excellent.
And still shouting out Cream of Squeen.
Pretty good. That little Jew face up in Chicago, his name was not nearly as funny as Jordan Lulav.
Yeah, well, you know what was funny? I stuck it in them pretty good this week in fantasy baseball. Wow, this is so much head. Hey, Zach, you and I, we made a bet like we always do. It was if the Ravens lose, if the Jets lose. Well, both of them lost. And
stunk on ice.
You know what? I don't need to have fun just because you don't want to have fun. So this season, whether the Jets lose or not, I am going to punish myself with 3 vodka squirts from Wee Wee Willie over here.
Oh my God, you're getting your money's worth of that tchotchke.
Kicking it off. Hey, Ravens. Hey, Chiefs. Here's to ya.
That will never get old. That will never not be funny. Like, honestly, both of them should open the debate with that. 3 shots of vodka from that thing, and then we're off to the races.
The problem is I told you I did this with water when I first got it. About 10 squirts gives you a half a shot. So it really just kind of like...
It's how it tickles the back of the throat. It shoots it in there. It's laser beam style.
It's more or less Under Siege 2 when she pepper sprays the guy and he goes, I use it for Banaka. That's what that was.
Sense, that guy.
Oh, you're not
Dead
wrong.
Ringer. What does that guy do these days? He just goes around being the bad guy from Under Siege 2? I mean, is he even anything else?
Episode 246, calling this one The Voice.
Are we judges on The Voice now? Because Snoop Dogg apparently is, so anyone can.
I did see a really good tweet online where it was a person said they were doing something lewd on a subway. The 4 people in front of them all turned around at the same time and they thought they were on The Voice.
I saw 2 people making out on the subway today at like 1:30, coming back from a new development tour in Queens. God bless them that they are that hot for each other and that horny at 1:30 on a Tuesday on the subway. That's the moment they got to go right at it, because it doesn't do it for me. Or his hour is almost up and he's getting his money's worth.
I was going to bring that up. The Friday night game, Philly Eagles versus the Packers, which I totally used my own Peacock to watch. Did you see there was an Eagles touchdown and they go to the 6 gringo Philly fans drinking their water in the stands, and a guy just turns and starts making out with his wife, girlfriend, Hua? Why?
Well, did they know they were on TV or?
Of course not. No, definitely not.
So if not, then I don't know why that's the moment you're so horned up that you have to have it right then and there. But God bless them.
Anything other than a high five, it just doesn't make sense.
What about a low one? A low 2.
A lot of my patients couldn't care less about football. I think this is a Lonely Island reference or joke, or one of them like mock people where they said, I don't like sports, but I love high fives. Like, yeah, go to the bar, eat some wings, high five people. You don't have to know what's going on.
No, Zoe had a single and scored a run in softball today. I was high fiving everybody on Saturday.
She plays softball?
Yeah, she played fall ball. Her team won 15-0, and one of my friends from work, his kids are on the other team. They got their tits lit. I mean, it barely made it to the pitcher's mound, but the hit is a hit, and she scored a run.
Your favorite way of conversing. Hey, Zach, what do you think we're going to be talking today if this episode is named The Voice?
The Voice? Are we going to be talking about Trump's voice? Are we going to be talking about accents? Are we going to be talking about, I don't know, Trump's voice?
Yeah, well, yeah, I want to talk about a voice. You were supposed to say the show The Voice, like something cool happened or something.
Nothing cool happens. I think Reba's on that show now, so cool.
Truth. I guess we have a little issue going on in the Casa de Muggy Snyder, where my wife has strep for the 75th time this year, and we have to go to
hawk touring.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah, because that's how you get strep.
Meanwhile, she's most likely going to have to get her tonsils out, and she's really worried about it because
that'll make it a much smoother ride, right?
A ride to the doctors? Where are we taking a ride to?
I don't know, but you got a lyric to take you there.
What a dick. I heard it last week too, by the way. Anyway, she's terribly terrified. And for me, like, dude, I have to go to this doctor's appointment and pretend like, yes, ice cream, yes, pain, give her pain medication. Like, it's not brain cancer, like she's going to be okay. The real problem is, do you know somebody that had a completely normal voice when they were 5 years old and they got their tonsils out and their voice went?
Your sister?
Yeah, it was. It's not as squeaky as it used to be, but she was a regular kid, and then she woke up from her tonsillectomy, and my mother said, "Allison, how are you feeling?" She's like, "Hi, mommy, how are you?"
Well, immediately, I'd like to see the manager.
My sister talks like that, but it was so bad.
It's Legos to sell the manager.
I guess it just made me think. Look, Julia has an amazing voice. She has a decent
Emmeline's hip to it.
Oh, she remembers. She was, yeah, definitely. And of course, Julia's voice is going to be fine. But I always used to joke and say, people would say, like, "Are you into their face? Are you into a good
what if
body?"
She starts talking like your sister.
Well, then as long as she says I'm your sister, then I guess we're good. But
Ew.
Look, my line back in the day was always, I would rather a girl with a pretty face because I have to see that a whole lot more than you get to see anything else. And sure enough, that's kind of lived up to it. definitely now.
Oof.
I was just thinking that if somebody's voice really, really important, and I guess I never realized, but it is, right?
Well, it's what you're used to. So you've now grown. You're going down with the ship, not on the ship, but with the ship, certainly. But you're used to that voice. You're used to Alan, and however she calls it, or Mr. Milo.
You don't know? Dallas Josh does a good one. It's Alan.
Oof.
That's
anyway. I mean, it's better than Anne, like a pterodactyl. But nevertheless, sorry, Marlene. Anyway, nevertheless, if the voice changes, you've essentially got a whole new person.
I'm going back before that. I'm saying you see a picture, you go out, you walk up to somebody, and then all of a sudden they just start talking. Now, I don't want to make fun of a couple of people that we know, but you and I both know a couple of people that have voices that are just, you can't deal with for more than 5 minutes. And it's just the tone. It's not even the way they sound.
I'm
right?
not thinking of the same person. I'm not getting there.
Okay, we can talk offline, but
man up, talk online.
That's one of your friends. I don't give a shit. I'll call her out. Somebody just has an insufferable voice. You're like, oh my God, I can't listen to you for 5 more minutes. And again, it's the tone of their voice. It's not what they sound like. And
are they not listening to this? So just call it out.
At your Hanukkah party every year, she's a lovely woman who weighs 85 pounds.
Oh God, yes, that's a Jenna friend. But,
okay, and she's lovely, and I love her.
Stop talking. It's like that How I Met Your Mother episode. Lasagna, just get the lasagna. Kill yourself. Yeah.
It's the same reason that I guess RFK Jr. never really had a shot, because I can't hear what he's saying over that voice. Can you do a good RFK? Do you know what he sounds like?
I can't do a good RFK. I know what he sounds like. I can't get myself there.
So here's the callback. We grew up with a lady who was, I don't know, my Bubby's cousin. Maybe she was related to us. And she sounded it like this. I
just can't believe he married Cheryl from Curb. That's a thing.
I know, right?
Like,
good for him.
What the hell is going on? Yeah, I'll kick this. He's got plenty of money, but
people, I'll kick your coverage. The other day,
he could have married Anna Carter for all I know. You know who she is.
The guy who owns the daycare, him and I bullshit all the time. He turns to me the other day and he's complimenting Julia and he goes, man, you really outkicked your coverage, which is definitely saying one of two things. One, she's way better than you are. And two, I kind of wouldn't mind a roll in the hay, right? That's what he's saying.
He said it to you or he said it to her?
To me.
Oh, I thought you said it to her. Like she outkicked her coverage. Like, you're the guy.
Oh, that's the truth, but that's not
what happened. Roll in your hay.
You may. I just may. Down by the bay.
There you go.
No.
Who is coming out? Everybody's in it. Will Zalatoris is in it.
I saw that. They're bringing everybody back. No, I guess, like, for us, when you hear somebody talk like that, it made me think also, my follow-up to this, and don't ask why. While I thought a person who has a terrible voice never has a chance of the presidency, do you think we'll ever have a little person as the president?
Never.
No
shot.
Right?
No shot.
Never.
Peter Dinklage is our best chance.
I would vote. He's from Jersey.
Yeah,
I would.
He's great. He's a smart guy, too. He's got a little feistiness to him. He's a South Pole elf.
A little feistiness.
Hey-o.
Well, it's the same reason. You heard that there's a thing tonight for the debate that there was no props to be used on stage because they were worried that Kamala was going to use like phone books to stand on to make her taller.
I want all props, like in a phone booth, like with the little signs you can hold up, or someone's just swinging a thing around. Like, give me Carrot Top up there with them.
Here's why you don't want Carrot Top. As somebody who has paid money to see them twice, the act hasn't changed, and a lot of the jokes are outdated. And that
Trump's
guy
act hasn't changed, so put props in it.
But it's still good. It's still good. I don't.
It's not a bad act, but yeah, I would love to see props. 3 props. Use them however you want.
Okay, this is still a presidential race, not a comedy show.
Is it?
Yeah.
There's really minimal difference at that point.
Somebody's going to win the presidency.
Yeah, and these are the 2 best our country has to offer. Amazing job, guys. Bang up job, America.
You did hear there's a stat that the last like 5 or 6 presidents are all 6 feet or taller, which I was like, oh, okay. Didn't realize they're all.
How old is Biden?
He's tall, super tall. He's like 6'2", 6'3". He's a big guy.
Have a hog on him.
I don't know if it works anymore.
Well, no, it hasn't worked since the Johnson administration, but still.
The Johnson administration. Hello. We're bringing back Willie. We're such idiots.
I don't know, but it's fun. It was like a Pee Wee Herman thing you just did there.
Hey, Zach, feeling jerky? Get quick quirky.
All right. Well, I mean, first things first.
I'm the realist.
Tyreek Hill, like, we're not going to talk about that at all.
You want to talk? I can talk about it. What are your thoughts?
Well, I mean...
Wait, stop. Tell people who don't watch sports because
Tyreek Hill is a very talented wide receiver in the Dolphins who got pulled over and put his hand on the glass. He went bananas, and next thing you know, he's laying flat on the ground with three of them on top of him, cuffing him. Now, when Scotty Scheffler did the same thing and essentially ran over a cop,
still made his tea time.
Yeah, well, Tyreek Hill made the game too. So, by the way, Tyreek Hill went nuts in the game. He went off, and Scotty Scheffler shot like 9 under. So
Hill had one big catch, but anyways,
whatever. So maybe getting pulled over is not a bad thing arrested before a game because Scheffler set the course record that day. So I don't know. But they get very different experiences. One had 3 cops sitting on top of him. The other was asked, "Do you want the full experience or not?"
The weird thing about Tyreek Hill, the first cop was decent. The second cop was kind of a dick, but you know the one rule when the cops pull you over, and I can tell you from experience, you keep your hands on the wheel. That makes them way chiller, and keep your window down. The cop said, keep your window down, and he kept rolling up these tinted windows. As a police officer, you don't know if he's coming up with an Uzi the next time that thing comes down.
A little different when you get pulled over than Tyreek Hill.
Say hello to my little friend.
Fair enough.
Also, I have a gun because it's Tyreek Hill.
Well, it's Florida. Everyone's guns in Florida.
Who wants to do porn after he finishes?
He's good. And by the way, his touchdown dance when he did the cuffs,
fantastic.
That was good. Fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I would believe if he staged the whole thing just to do that. It's just incredible. Anyway, Aaron Rodgers on Monday Night Football, he was fine. They misspelled his name. He has been playing this game for 20 years. This is what they come up with. How in God's name? You have one job.
I'm not going to lie. I struggle with his name sometimes.
It's opening day, and you're not being paid to get everyone's name right. You can get some of these ridiculous names correct, apostrophes for days, but you can't throw a D in Rodgers.
I'm sure plenty of D has been in Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
There was a linebacker, I think, on Houston who had 3 apostrophes in his name.
Was he like Samoan or Hawaiian?
Yeah, I think it was Polynesian is the correct term.
Fair enough.
Jesus Christ.
Speaking of Jets disasters, Delta jet readying for takeoff rips its wing off after clipping another plane during taxi. Here is the plane with the wing off.
Wow.
And then they show the path that it took. The whole thing is that's a prostate thing. God bless the New York Post.
I think that's a targeted ad, my friend.
Most likely, I pee a lot. I don't know what the thing was, but they crisscrossed. They just clipped wings. How can that possibly happen?
I thought they're supposed to be 10,000 miles away from each other at all times. That makes no sense.
On the jetway, but still, even when you're taxiing, how do you get into a fender bender with another plane? This makes me even more scared to fly. That you could get into an accident before you even take. Terrifying.
I've thought that being a pilot would be a good job because you make tons of money. You can fly anywheres. You know my problem with being a pilot is?
Too.
Oh, yeah. It's so boring. You just sit in the cockpit.
Yeah.
You can't.
And you better damn well like the guy next to you because you got a lot of time with him.
Right. You can't be Michael Kay and his that guy during the broadcast. Tell me, did you hear that?
Yeah.
You have to have a rapport with the person you're working with, or at least fake it.
No, you can't fake it for 10 hours on a flight. A tiny little room.
Oh, I'm not doing international flights. I'm only flying American.
You're only flying to the Carolinas and back?
Maybe I'll go to Colorado, but even that's 4 hours. I stood by a couple of pilots making small talk outside of my gate last time I flew. It was mindless. There was so much nodding and mustache combing.
Mm-hmm. Mysterious UFO crossing the skies of New York sparks talk of aliens, but there's an explanation. Apparently, it was just some other UFO or flying object, but no aliens. This happens all the damn time. It's just weird objects that are flying. Apparently, some SpaceX rocket. But yeah, there's this. What are your alien thoughts? You into them? You believe in them?
0 fucks. Don't care.
Oh, I care a lot.
I think if there are aliens, they have technology so advanced that they can make it so we never see them, never catch them. They
want to be seen. I don't know. But they're bored. Maybe they got a boring pilot next to them. You don't think all these aliens are firecrackers? There's plenty of boring aliens out there. That would be the worst when they invade and they're boring as fuck. So, who wants to see how our engines run? You come in and start shooting.
0 to 10. How much you really believe in aliens?
Believe in...
I'm not a 0.
Are we talking little green men with ray guns or just some sort of life out there?
Well, life out there could be defined as an amoeba on Mars, which I think they found
it's an
water.
alien.
No. I'm talking about something that could be mobile and the size of a small dog up till the size of the mountain from Game of Thrones.
I'm about a 5 because I cannot believe we're the most advanced. Who the hell are we? It's so much space out there. There's got to be somebody better than, or at least on par somewhere.
Than you? It's a low bar.
It's a low bar. Right. So get them up here. But they haven't gotten to us yet because they're not great. But there's got to be something out there. It's probably not like silver jumpsuits and boots, but...
That's just all created by Hollywood. That's now what we perceive in our mind.
It would be incredible if that's what showed up. Just some dude in a silver suit. I think he's got it right. Anyway, Rocker, I don't even know where to go with this because I don't know who his daughter is. But, like, I guess that's her.
Kumar Rocker? Who are we talking about?
No, Alice Cooper's daughter has a friend, so who the hell cares, except for the fact that she claims she had orgasmic sex with a ghost.
No.
I don't know. Maybe. I've seen Ghostbusters. They give it to
clickbait, buddy.
Yeah, and I clicked and it baited me. But, like, it didn't give me anything other than that. Alice Cooper's daughter is pretty hot for, like, Alice Cooper's daughter.
Name
Alice
2
Cooper.
Songs.
Feed My Frankenstein
That's
and
one
School's Out for Summer.
Their School's Out for the Summer?
That's them. That's Alice Cooper.
Good for them.
Okay. In a story that one person in your house will care about, Brazil's latest sports star is a dog who mastered foot volleyball. Buckle up.
It's a border collie.
He's a border collie, and he's spectacular.
Okay.
Look at this guy.
They're going to eat him next week if there's not enough food.
Yeah. But, like, here's a border collie and some girl with her boulders in a holder. You got nothing to lose there.
Boulders in a holder?
Yeah, boulder holders.
Put that on.
I like that sort of boulder holder bra look of the new bathing suits the young people are wearing.
In Brazil, that's a lot for a bathing suit.
Oh, it's a ton. And that's the outfit for the beach volleyball team. So, we talked weeks or months ago about the world cruise that was the 9-monther. Yeah, well, they're back. Passengers are exhausted. None of them were ready for it. It's a long time to be on a boat.
You can only see Jersey Boy so many times before you're ready to shoot yourself.
Nothing can prepare you for 9 months. Joe Martucci, 67.
Wow. I never thought we'd get an update on this story. I'm very impressed.
I had a blast. Allison Epstein.
Epstein?
Whatever her last name is. Eisenberg.
Speaking of which, who do you know that's been the closest proximity to Epstein Island?
Epstein Island.
Yes, the Epstein Island.
Gotta be Allison, because she's been on cruises everywhere. You've been on it?
Do you remember when I went to St. John? I had no idea. We found this out a couple of weeks ago that we land in St. Martin and took a ferry and we went by the Epstein Island. Couldn't have been more than a couple 100 feet away from it. I had no idea at the time. It's not like there was a sign of... There were no little girls on the beach like waving like, help, help.
Was Ghislaine Maxwell there, like inviting you over?
The fact she's still alive, I thought she'd be so dead by now.
You love her.
Why?
Not the haircut. You said you liked her.
Did I? Yeah. I can't take it back.
Anyway, so there's this. Hatchet-wielding, hard-partying migrants take over a Texas hotel. And this is the place to be. Turning it into a haven for Trend-Agara gang. The cops have been called to this El Paso hotel over 700 times. It's just a partying machine with hatchets. We got to hit that up.
Other than Florida, isn't Texas the other man in Texas does something and you're like, okay.
Yeah, but this is tons of them just literally running havoc, just running amok in a Texas hotel. They've just turned it into their own. It's just theirs now.
It's just the ultimate game of truth, lie. If you say Florida man, Texas man, I'm believing it. It happened. Oh yeah, I get it.
So I was at a wedding over the weekend where I knew one person, which is always a tough undertaking.
Poor bastard.
Yeah, just knowing Jenna was rough. Her coworkers were nice, but they did the flower toss thing, and they did it outside a different room. Apparently, Bride's bouquet toss sparks vicious brawl between women.
Wait, the one you're at?
No, maybe. I didn't get to see it, but...
I want to hear more about the wedding you went to.
Well, Jenna stomped the floor doing the electric slide. She truly just,
one hop this time.
Planted them, letting it go. Everyone was looking at her to how to do it, because I guess this crew had no idea. So she'll teach you the electric slide. I have it on video.
What? Yes. No picture?
She'll have to approve it. But yeah, she's not going to have much of a choice. This turned into an absolute frenzy.
Holy shit.
Now, why don't more people do this? It is just absolute mass chaos.
Fight over a bouquet?
No, just throw the bouquet and see where it goes.
Do they get people all ready for it, or just
you could hype them up? You could, get a hype man in there, but people are beating the shit out of each other in this wedding.
For a bouquet.
Yeah, which means nothing. And finally, the health department praised it's okay to poo at work. Let it out.
Okay.
I poo at work every day, but I know a lot of people who don't. Just fucking do it. They pay you to be there.
Day.
What?
Day.
Day?
Day. Just day. There's every time. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. 9:30. At 9:31, I'm late.
Granite standard, we said, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of weddings, I heard this on the news today. Some guy had a $70,000 engagement ring in Massachusetts that he is in court right now to get back from his ex-fiance because she was verbally abusive and he thought she was cheating on him. My two things are, yeah, par for the course, but also, why would you want to keep an engagement ring of a failed marriage?
What do you sell it?
Well, she sells it, then he's going to get some money for it, right? I guess he'll never know.
I'll never know.
But typical rules is I think you are entitled to it back.
You're entitled, but, it's good business.
Hey, Zach, what you watching?
So we finished, I'm fuming, by the way, finished Severance, and it's coming, but, they cut it off. Now, we're lucky because it's coming back in January of next year.
It's been 2 years.
It's been 2 years. You would have slit their wrists.
Yeah, that's how I feel with it.
I would have killed somebody. I would have been like, how can I help? Well, let me help write this thing.
But at least it's good. At least it's something good that you're...
The first 2 episodes stunk, and you told me, oh, yeah, stay with it. It got real good real fast.
Have I been wrong?
No, you haven't been wrong. You've been pretty accurate. Now, we've got coming up after this fine debate that I'm going to watch, and, the Mets shitting the bed. We're going to get into Only Murders and Slow Horses are both back. So there's that.
Okay. So Only Murders, we suffered through the last season, and we're going to do this one. Slow Horses on season 4, and we bailed after 1.
Oh, no, it's good.
It's not that great.
It's pretty good. Gary Oldman's very good in it.
It's a lot of... I watch it with subtitles, and I still don't understand what the hell they're talking about.
Yeah, you don't need to. Gary Oldman's gives you a finger. That's pretty nice. What are you watching? Yeah, I'm getting to you.
Well, out of nowhere, Julia made me watch 2 things this past weekend. One of them wasn't good. The other one, I think it's the top show on Netflix right now. It's called The Perfect Couple.
Uh-huh.
It's a murder mystery. Liev Schreiber, a.k.a. the voice of God. Nicole Kidman. It's White Lotus meets Big Little Lies, if you watch that on HBO.
I didn't watch Big Little Lies.
Basically, a murder happens in the first episode, and a lot of the series is them interviewing people in a jail, in a prison.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very much White Lotus meets Big Little Lies.
It's good?
It was good enough, although it's one of those shows that I could just go to episode 8 and find out who did it, and I'd be okay with it.
No,
but
I'm okay with the
but it's current. It just came out. And it's good enough to recommend.
Am I gonna like Bad Monkey? Because it looks like I'm gonna like Bad Monkey.
I don't know Bad Monkey.
It's Vince Vaughn on Apple TV.
Haven't even heard of it.
Yeah, it looks good.
Okay.
Looks like it's up my alley.
Wait, is that the documentary about monkeys?
I don't know. Say more words. It's a documentary about monkeys. I'm in.
I know somebody that post-produced a documentary on monkeys. It was a long watch. It was the longest hour and a half. Meanwhile, she told me
Did Jenny Slade narrate?
She told me there'd be food there. They walk around serving Indian appetizers. I'm like, I'm not going to shit myself during this movie.
I went to a new development tour that promised free lunch, a couple of mini matcha donuts, some baby croissants, and a giant coffee for each of us, which is 30, 2/3 milk. My agents were not happy with me. That was free lunch.
Do you remember I was trying to make a segment called Show Me Your Rhythm, where what's the best thing you've seen this past week that you haven't sent me?
Jenna dancing the electric slide.
That would be on your algorithm right now?
Yeah, most likely. That or anything by Anna Carter. So
Who?
from the
I follow her. I know who you're talking about.
Exactly.
Zach, I don't know how to bring this into the podcast. ESPN put out a clip. They do this every year, and I want it in my veins. It is mom versus son, high school football or some variation doing the Oklahoma drill. Can you tell everybody what the Oklahoma drill is?
Oklahoma drill? Isn't that like where they do the rolling thing for football? No.
You have pylons basically 10 feet apart. You have the kid in full gear holding the ball, and then the parent is standing 5 feet in front of them.
What the fuck was that?
Gladiator style. The kid has to take off and beat the mom to get around him, just like American Gladiators. And it is incredible.
I love the American Gladiators.
It's called It's called the Oklahoma drill. Now, here's why it's so great. Yes, there are some bigger children that try to run around, but generally the parents are proportional. So the slower kids have slower parents, but the really fast, agile kids, their mothers fuck them up. It is so good watching these quick little. I'll send you the clip. This is one of those where I could watch this forever, like forever, watching little kids, because the parents definitely do it in a very loving way. Like nobody's body slamming them like Yokozuna, but it's pretty good. It's really, really good.
Pretty good. All right.
Pishadoo of the week. I have just a few candidates. I think it's only 7 for this week, and it's very sports related. Sorry, everybody. Football just started. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Can number 1. I don't follow it, but it is worth noting that Juju Smith-Schuster, who's gone back and forth between being irrelevant on many teams while collecting Super Bowl rings, do you know he still does TikTok dances like at the 50-yard line before the game? You know how many catches he had this past week?
0.
0.0 Blutarski.
Blutarski, yeah.
Who cares about him anymore?
I have no idea. I haven't cared about him since his first season he was relevant in fantasy. That's it.
Okay. UFC, MMA, fighter Twitter. There is a very nice guy. This gentleman is, I think, from Kazakhstan. His name is Shavkat Rakhmanev. He speaks zero English. Guy's a killer. I think he's like 17-0. He'll get a title shot soon. He's been going back and forth online via Twitter with some other guy where they're just bad-mouthing each other. His English is not that good. I don't understand. Like, am I really supposed to believe he's the one trying to hype up a fight where I've watched him try to talk? He doesn't talk good. It's really pathetic.
I don't care. I hate all that fake fight hype stuff. Just go do it.
Okay. So the language thing doesn't even make you go like,
I don't care. Just go do it. I like what Seinfeld says. Put them in 2 little cars, let them drive around, get into a fake car accident, and then go fight.
Okay. So you almost sunk my submarine very early in this show. Well, this past Friday, Jordan Love got very hurt. I don't know if you saw the play, but
I did.
The knee shift, I was 6 to midnight. It was everything for me. I was showing everybody I could. And I see it online. And in the comment section is Bears fan here. Prayers up. Only wish the best. And then the next one, more positivity, more positivity. Now, if this was something serious like an Alex Smith, he may lose a leg, he may die. Dude, even a Steeler, I don't want them to die from this. But if any player not on my team, certainly during a game, certainly one of my rivals, I would root for his ankle, his knee, everything to be in 17 pieces. I couldn't care less.
Yeah, I cannot tell you how happy the one season when Brady got hurt made me.
I didn't know you at this point, but it's glad to know.
But like the Matt Castle year, no, I think they won the Super Bowl that year. They beat the Jets.
No, they went 12-4 and didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah, but whatever. I was so happy not to see him out there. Ugh.
Again, the second you hear Tom Brady, blood clot, struggling, no. But
although he wasn't great over the weekend.
I turned it on and just listened to him. It was so stiff. It was like, ooh,
his voice is so like higher than I remember. He doesn't have like a man's voice, like an announcer's voice.
But he gets excited for it. I never thought I would say. I think you and I could do a better job than Tom Brady.
Absolutely,
it's the only thing, right?
I can definitely fuck better than him.
Okay.
He's like 6'6". What gives him a hard time? He's a fucking monster. He's huge. He's a pro athlete. Like always a pussy. He'd kill you.
Oh, he's huge. He's like huge. He's 6'4". We were watching a baseball game when Julius Friend was in town, and Well, some asshole left fielder made a miraculous catch, runs into the wall, robs the Orioles. He's on the ground, not moving, and I didn't even realize. I turned and I go, I hope his shoulder's in 7 pieces. Julie hasn't let me forget that. I'm like, no, like I don't want him dead, but like I
thought you were going to say that the announcer said fly ball caught.
Oh, we say that all the time.
All the time.
All right. The candidate here could be the person that texted me, but Tommy Two Tits. Somebody gave him a personalized.
Why is he Two Tits? Like, where does that come from? He seems nothing but delightful on this program.
Okay.
What?
Nah, he's a nice guy.
He's got huge knockers, chi-chis for days.
He texted me the other day. He said, I should be the Pishadoo this week because
he owns it.
I
love this guy. Oh,
he has a personalized Maryland football jersey, and he nominates himself. I said, did you buy it? He goes, no, it was given to me as a present. Who's at fault here?
All parties.
If I give you an Elias personalized Jets jersey,
what happens? Jerk for making it and buying it, but I'm a schmuck for wearing it.
So what do you do with it? You don't wear it?
It's a schmuck. I don't know. I probably don't wear it. An Elias, it's Elias 1, like I'm the first draft pick. Like,
no, I can make it anything you
69,
want. 69.
What do you want me to be here? It's a stupid purchase. Any personalized jersey, unless it's like for our 50th birthday and everyone gets Elias 50s. Fine.
Everyone? No, I'm saying we
exactly. I'm not doing it. No one.
We'll do your height. Elias 5'4".
Fine.
54.
54. Great. Lucky me. It's a stupid purchase because then everyone's just like, "Who the hell was Elias?" The only cool one. I wish I was a Devils fan so I can get an Elias jersey. That would be awesome. Like an authentic. What was he? 20?
I think 17. Tommy Two Tits would know. Big Devils guy.
Well, what was Patrick Elias? Cousin Patrick.
Okay.
What was his number?
People who fight at sports games are idiots. But did you see at the Chargers-Raiders game, so a little bit of bad blood because former LA, there was a big fight in the parking lot between a Raiders fan and a Chargers fan, and then a Raiders fan goes in to break it up, wildly swings, connects with both the Raider and the Chargers fan, at which point the original people fighting turn and beat the shit out of this other guy because they both got hit by some random person.
26, I was close. He has one. I love this guy. Get him out here. All right, anyway, yes, your people fought. I heard that.
Tell me more. What did I just say? I knew you weren't listening.
A Chargers fan fought a Raiders fan. They beat the shit out of the original guy. I'm a high-functioning ADD.
No, that's not what happened, but that's fine. Okay, moving on. Speaking of jerseys and numbers, I got screwed once because I bought a Hollywood Brown 15 Baltimore jersey, and then the next year they were allowed single digits, and he's now the number 2.
Yeah.
So football starts. I'm watching the game last night. I'm like, where the hell is Garrett Wilson? Where the hell's... Oh, he just switched numbers?
Yeah, he's number 5 now.
That's horseshit.
Horseshit.
What about all the people who bought the... I mean, I guess that's a better way to get you to buy new jerseys other than the Giants putting out that insane jersey just to get people to...
I loved it. It was the most ugly, ridiculous... It was so awful, it was almost chef's kiss. It was Michigan hat meets boxed letters and naked pants. You can't miss.
It was 49ers pants with a Montreal Les Habitants football jersey.
And like red Michigan. It was so awful. I almost want... And they played so badly in it, I want them to wear it all the time. If it was my team, I would have clutched the pearls. It's like, vomited. But because it's the Giants, like, it was so awful. It was incredible.
You may be doing the dice thing too much.
What?
Your pearls. And last candidate. This is not a strong week. Tomorrow is 9/11, and obviously thoughts, prayers, all the bad. You know, like...
That's the candidate?
All the... Like, honestly, I don't want to say anything bad about that. So something that they're trying to do for 9/11 this year, other than make my son wear red, white, and blue, we got a memo real late in the day today for tomorrow.
Like Rex Kwon Do pants? Red, white, and blue Zubas? Incredible.
There's a website where you can register your random act of kindness, and they're telling people to go out and be kind and do random acts to help other people out, which, by the way, all for. Pay it forward. I do that crap all the time. But to truly be a random act, you don't register it. You don't get credit for it. Just go be a better person.
No. You have to get credit for it, or else what's the point? Like what Larry David says, from now on I'm going to donate anonymously and tell everyone. If you're not going to get the credit, what's the point?
Juju TikTok dances, MMA fighter Twitter. He can't speak English, but he can online. Prayers up from fans. Those are very fake. Personalized jerseys, aka Tommy Two Tits. Raiders fan gets knocked out for breaking up a fight between a Chargers and Raiders fan because he hit both of them. Players switching jersey numbers and randomactsofkindness.org.
It's a thin week. Does this jersey say Two Tits? Because that's a good personalized jersey. I don't like the players changing numbers all the time. Like you could just, it just once you have like a bingo thing and that's your number every year. The ball just comes out and there you have it. You just pick your number and stick with it. It's so dumb. I don't like it.
Boozer Day, the podcast. Thanks for listening to.
I liked when they were regimented. 80s for receivers, 60s for the fat white guys on the line, 20s for the running backs. Better that way. Get off my lawn.
Thanks for listening to tonight's episode. We had fun. We're going to keep doing this. Zach, R.I.P. James Earl Jones. Not going to lie, I feel a little responsible for making that Simba on the Gorge joke last week, and then he dies.
Yeah, he did. It wasn't great. Did you kill him?
We out.